Hello everyone, let's provide the solution to this problem. You're welcome to Feel Cool Math, where we solve math problems, one at a time. Here we have square root of x plus open bracket. Okay, we're having square root of x minus square root of 1 minus x, and the whole of this is equal to 1. But then, what do I do in this case? The first thing I want to do is to remove this from here. So I'm going to have only this one here, which is square root of x minus square root of 1 minus x, right? And the whole of this will be 1 minus square root of x. So that from here, the next thing I will do is trying to remove the square roots from here, okay, by squaring this and at the same time squaring the other side. Now the square and the square root will cancel each other, so that I can have x minus square root of 1 minus x, and the whole of this will be equal to 1 minus square root of x in two places, 1 minus square root of x. Okay, so this is what I have, and from here I have to open the bracket, on the right hand side. So I have x minus square root of 1 minus x. This will be equal to 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times minus root x is minus root x. Minus root x times 1 is minus root x. And then minus root x times minus root x will give us plus x. So this is what we have. And then from here now, remember this and this will go because they are the same thing on different sides. So that we will now have minus square root of 1 minus x. And this will be equal to 1 minus root x. Minus root x will give us minus 2 root x. So this is what we have. And from here now, what do? I have to remove this negative from here as well. I have to remove this square root sign by squaring both sides again. So I'll square this and this. Now the square will cancel the negative, because negative times negative is positive, right? And then the square will also cancel the square root. In that case, I'll be having 1 minus x, which will be equal to 1 minus 2 root x in two places, 1 minus 2 root x. And then I'll multiply this, right? So that I will have 1 minus x equal to 1 times 1 again, we have 1. Then 1 times what we have here, we'll have negative 2 root x. And then negative 2 root x times this, we have negative 2 root x. And then negative times negative is positive. 2 times 2 is 4. And then root x times root x will give us x. Now, what do I do in this case? Let me take a step further. This one and this can cancel each other, so that here I'll have negative x, and that will be equal to minus 2 root x minus 2 root x will give us minus 4 root x, and I have plus 4x. So this is what I have left. Now, what do I have to do? Let me rearrange this. Okay, so if I'm going to rearrange this, I can have this minus 4 root x plus 4x equal to minus x. Okay, this is still the same thing. And then the next thing I will do now is to bring everything to one side, right? So if I do that, I'll have minus 4 root x plus 4x plus x equal to 0. So that's from here I have minus 4 root x plus 5x equal to 0. Now in this case, what do? I have to take everything, take one of these to the other side as well, so that I can balance something from here. Okay, so this is what I'll have. Okay, this is negative, so I have to take it to the other side to become positive. 5x will be equal to 4 root x. And then from here now, why don't I divide both sides by 4? So that this will be divided by 4 and this will be divided by 4. 4 will cancel 4, and then root x will be equal to 5x over 4. Now the next thing is for me to remove the square here, the square root here, by squaring both sides. Now from here, square root and square will be gone, and then x will be equal to 5 squared, which is 25. And then I have x squared over there, over 4 squared, which is 16. Now we cross multiply, so that 25x squared will be equal to 16x. Then bring everything to the left hand side, as we have 25x squared minus 16x to be equal to 0. Okay, so this is what I have. 25x squared minus 16x is equal to 0. X is common to both of them. Here I have 25x minus 16. This is equal to 0. If I open this bracket, I will have this back. Now, it means that it's either x is equal to 0 or 25x minus 16 is equal to 0. Now, x remains 0 or 25x is equal to 16. Okay, so x on this side remains 0, or here we have x to be equal to 16 divided by 25. Now, what are we saying? We are saying that x is equal to 0 or 16 over 25. And then I want us to check this to know if we are right or wrong. Now, let's get the original equation. Okay, so if x is equal to 0, then we're having square root of 0, which will be 0, plus in here I'll have square root of 0 minus square root of 1 minus 0. Okay, so will this give us 1? Let's try. This will be 0 plus, okay, here now we'll have square root of 0 minus, here we'll have square root of 0, because 1 minus 0 is 0, and we're having square root of 0. Square root of 0 is, okay, sorry, is 1. Okay, 1 minus 0 is 1. So now, if you take a step further, you have 0 plus square root of 0 minus square root of 1 is 1, isn't it? Square root of 1 is 1. And then this is 0 plus, here we have 0 minus 1 is minus 1, right? And then we are having square root of minus 1. Will this be equal to 1? And the answer is no. So this means that 0, x equal to 0, does not satisfy the given equation. But if you try x equal to 16 over 25, it satisfies the given equation. Thank you for watching.